What's up, everybody? Welcome to Some Shit We Like, episode number 319. My name is Bryce. This here is Mike. This is Rick. And this is Some Shit We Like, where we come and talk about some shit that we like or shit that we don't. We stream live on the weekend at some undisclosed hour and time.
It's definitely noon, Wolf. It's definitely noon.
Absolutely. You follow us on social media at Some Shit We Like, and you will know when we go live. If you aren't able to catch us live, you can hear the full audio of the show on Tuesdays. It'll be on someshitwelike.com and on your favorite podcast service. And if audio isn't good enough for you, we will post clips throughout the week leading up to the full video of the show being posted on Friday on YouTube, where you will get the closest experience that you possibly can to watching us live. With that said, that's what the show is. I'm going to drink some water. What's going on, boys?
I had to let the person watching my kids know that it's going to be later than 3.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I wasn't trying to be. Me neither. I was. Tomorrow's Father's Day.
No.
Actually, got him a gift.
Oh, look at you.
What'd you get him? Your dad doesn't watch the show. What'd you get him?
I know. There's this, I guess in June, or at least this season, like there's a specific candy that he likes from C's Candy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a maple something or other type of bar, and he just like loves it. You know which ones I'm talking about?
Are they wafers?
No. They're
No.
like squares or they're like rectangular. So they're like they're just a regular piece of C's Candy, but it's like a maple. It's really
peanut,
it's really
something.
gritty. The maple is really gritty and not smooth, and it tastes like maple and cinnamon, which is not bad, but it's not even cinnamon. It's more like
it's old people candy.
It's like nutmeg. It's like maple nutmeg, and it's just gritty, and that's
he loves it.
That's really fun.
He freaking loves it. So I'm like, when I went to go pick up my new glasses.
Those are dope, by the way.
Thank you.
You should have got the Harry Potter ones.
No.
He sent me pictures.
I think I sent them to you too, the Harry Potter ones. Yeah, I did. But yeah, when I went to go get them, I saw there was a C's Candy at the mall.
Did you get him the big $20?
I got him the biggest one I could find.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was only one size.
2-pound box.
I think.
That's really funny though. We actually, kind of as a thank you, and then also for Father's Day, then we're sending something else to, sent C's Candy to Annie's grandpa. Because I brought one time when we were going, we were in the airport and there's a little C's Candy stand, and her grandpa really likes marshmallows a lot. And my grandma, because my grandpa used to always get everyone C's Candy.
Bro, that's all we do.
Yeah. My grandpa and my grandma used to always like, it's called the Scotch Mallow, I think is the kind. And it's like got caramel, and it's really, you like it, right? It's really freaking good. And so I brought those to him one time, like literally we were about to board the plane. I'm like, oh shit, let me buy some of those real quick. We'll take it to him.
Yeah.
This was like a few trips ago. And I'm like, we should send those to him again, because this time Annie's mom brought him some candy bars that were kind of similar, but from a different company that were really good. And he started like, they're like this size, but he was crushing like 2 a day at least. And they're like 2 biters.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when you don't have it, like,
right.
Come on now.
Yeah, right.
Come on now.
So anyways, I'm just like, let's send them that. So anyways, I just thought that was funny that, we sent some candy too. From
Very
C's.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
They have
that's
C's?
super interesting.
Do they have those over there?
No.
No.
No C's Candy in Japan.
I was going to say something before we got on the candy topic, and I forgot what it was. Oh!
Now, Wolf, we're comparing dick sizes of people in the chat, not ours. Don't worry.
I'm in a Facebook group called Gaming Dads. I've told you guys about it before. I think I've mentioned it here also. And somebody posted something hilarious and said, the wife asked me, what do you want for Father's Day? And I said, to be left alone so I can play Assassin's Creed. Just keep the door shut and have one of the children very silently pass me a beer every 30 minutes.
That works. What Assassin's Creed do you want to play?
Probably Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was real funny.
That is funny.
Okay. Shall we?
So, yeah, we should probably start because we got a lot to talk about because
Okay.
E3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't do the live stream E3 stuff because there's plenty of people doing that. But we can come around and give you our wrap-up opinion. So,
Did you like what I put in the
I still think
Discord?
that would be fun to do.
Did you like what I put in the
we should
Discord?
have. We would have got what?
Did you like what I put in the Discord when Cheesy asked about, or he mentioned something?
About
Oh, and you said, sorry, you need to pay.
Yeah, pay $4.99 or tune in this Saturday.
Speaking of that, see our Discord.
See, pre-banter's not over.
But yeah, but before we get into E3 really quick,
We
Bryce
got some other stuff too.
dropped in a trailer.
Yes,
I did.
For us to watch. I didn't really do much news searching because I was busy as hell at work.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that count. I like it, but at the same time, it's so busy. Anyways, so yeah, what are we gonna watch, Bryce?
Well, hold on. Are you gonna talk about your movie thing at all? Like, should we talk about that first?
Oh yeah.
We can do it after the trailer.
After the trailer.
Yeah, we can do it after the
Okay.
trailer.
All right.
I'm just gonna yell at Rick.
I saw a
few
movie
minutes
this
and
week
that's
too, actually. I don't remember what it's called though. I think it was called like something like Gamers and Vengers or something. I don't know.
it.
Have you heard of that movie? Gamers and Vengers? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear one of the characters gets fat.
So yeah, like I don't know. I was just passing by a theater yesterday and
All right.
thought I'd see what that was. Thought it sounded kind of weird. Figured that would make you happy, Rick.
It does.
He's totally trying to no sell you.
I know. That's fine.
It took me a while, but I got
So
it.
yeah, okay. So I
I got it
ready.
ready. He said it took him a little while,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I got it right away.
I just happened to see this on a whim. I haven't watched it, but I thought it was interesting because apparently it's a sequel to The Shining.
Oh, all right. I like The Shining, the original Shining.
Rick, you haven't seen The Shining, have you?
I have not. I've just seen nothing but parodies from other people.
Seen what?
Just like the Simpsons parody
Oh,
of The
parodies.
Shining.
The Shining?
I tried watching it before, but it's hard to take it seriously after watching The Simpsons. Anyways,
No TV, no beer makes Homer something something.
yeah. Here we go.
Hey, that's the
I bet
trailer.
if you turned out all your lights, watched it really late at night by yourself, you'd take it real serious.
Did you ever see the remake?
Of The Shining?
Yeah.
No.
No, what's his face is in it? There's a little kid in it. I can't remember which kid.
How long ago did that come out?
Like early 2000s, maybe? Like,
Oh, wow, I forgot.
I think. Anyway, go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry. It's broken. Okay. I'm not hearing anything.
Are you now?
No.
Pause it.
Wait, good. You're
He's
good.
got it,
You're
he's
good.
good.
You're
He's all
good.
good. From what I saw from the synopsis, I think this is supposed to be the son grown up.
Yeah.
Just talk to the kid.
You're magic. Like me.
Magic.
I need you to listen to me. The world's a hungry place. A dark place.
Hi there.
I only met 2 or 3 people like us. They died. When I was a kid, I bumped into these things.
Nice.
It'd be amazing if that's the kid grown up, like for real.
Yeah.
I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.
Oh shit. Theo McGregor?
I don't know, was it?
Damn.
That seems super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm curious. I was definitely like probably a little late to the party. Well, it came out I think when we weren't. It came out way before we were even born, right?
Yeah.
For The Shining.
Yeah.
So I was late to the party by default. But I finally watched that movie like way later, and
Yeah.
it's cool. And so yeah, I'm curious. My interest is definitely piqued, for sure.
I like Rick have seen a lot of the parodies of The Shining, but I saw the actual movie first. Again, it's one of those movies that it's probably way too young to see when I saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that movie a lot, man. And
Rebecca Ferguson.
I would be super freaked out by Nicholson.
He definitely was good in that role. Who's Rebecca Ferguson? Why is it?
She was in that Mission Impossible
On The
movie we
Greatest
saw.
Showman.
I'm actually into this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't really watched the full Shining, but after watching this, I kind of want to go see it and try to forget about about the Simpsons.
I wasn't really saying that as a joke. I honestly think if you like made it all like set the mood in your room and were by yourself and watched the movie, I'm pretty sure you'd forget all about the Simpsons stuff. The movie definitely has like a tone to it.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I mean, we've talked about this movie when I had my film classes.
The Shining?
Yeah, we watched clips and stuff like how they set up the scene and things like that. And but again, like even watching it in class, it was kind of hard, especially with some of the specific scenes that were taken specifically out of The Simpsons. That aside, though, like I want to go back. I want to actually watch this full movie because this has me interested, especially when it has anything to do with magic. I'm usually pretty much in on that.
The South Park
also,
parody is pretty good too. If you've seen it,
I haven't seen the
it's
South
a
Park
Halloween
parody.
episode.
Plus,
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
plus having Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson, two actors I really like.
You said she was in The Greatest Showman?
Yeah. I'm in on I'm looking forward to it. I like the end, like when they revealed the title of it.
Yeah.
The sound is very reminiscent of the original.
Yeah.
And I like that. So I don't know who's doing the sound on that, but good job.
Definitely have like kind of a retro feel to it, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that retro feel to music, like with Stranger Things. Like that feels totally for its time era, and I love it when movies can do that to replicate something from the past. Like that.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's still. You brought up Stranger Things. There's still a huge part of me that like something inside me kind of turns and pinches and hurts a little bit every time we bring up Stranger Things, and I think about how you haven't watched that because I remember we all watched that trailer and we're all like way about it, and it's before really anybody even knew anything about Stranger Things because the show hadn't started yet. We were all way hyped, and then I watched it right when it came out, and you were still right in that high of what movie?
Super 8.
Super 8. I'm just like, man, this is right up Mike's fucking alley. Then now it bothers me now because I know there's going to be that part of you because everyone fucking talks about Stranger Things that's going to be like, oh, well, fuck this.
I mean,
show.
but to be
so
honest though, dude, that's
good,
every fucking series that Netflix puts out because everybody watches it and everybody talks about it like it's the greatest thing ever, whether they like it or not, just so they can talk to people about something. I fucking hate that mentality.
I mean, that like I get that.
So
I think that can be annoying.
That's what I'm saying is that's not really a knock on something like Stranger Things. It's just I just haven't gotten around to it.
Okay.
Because I know that if I start watching it, I'm gonna want to watch the entire first season all in one go, and I don't know if I can commit that kind of time right all up front. You know what I mean?
They're so good.
I ended up doing that with Sex Education, though. Like, I basically watched that in 2 nights.
That conversation.
Yeah, we do.
Annie was asking what you're eating. That's what you're eating, right? Apparently she's watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
We picked these up real quick. They're from the same people that make the salsitas. They're blazing hot cheese crunchies, so we just thought we would try them.
They're Flamin' Hot Cheetos and Takis mixed together. So it's,
it's
the flavor of Takis, but with the satisfying chip of a Cheeto.
Yeah. Rick has salsitas, but they're over there. I don't know if they're gone.
They're gone.
Finished it.
They're gone.
All right. They're gone. They're definitely gone.
So it sounds like we're all in for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it seems cool. But I just had to bring up the Stranger Things thing because Rick is right. It does totally capture this tone of just like, it's unbelievable how you feel like I would think that I'm in 1980 whatever watching The Goonies for the first time.
That's how I felt about Everything Sucks. They captured a time period without beating you over the head with it.
I never heard what you thought about that.
It is fucking great. It is amazing.
God, don't you watch our shit
No.
on Instagram?
No, he doesn't. No.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't have anything else as far as news or nothing, so we can just jump right into E3 since it's gonna be.
Nope.
Oh wait, no.
I gotta tell you how wrong you were about Aladdin.
All right, he's already totally like forgetting about what I said too. But that's cool. I mean,
I know you said you.
They already talked about it for like 38 minutes.
God damn, they totally did.
Yeah.
I saw Aladdin, and I think I loved it. I thought it was outstanding. At the beginning, it was. I didn't like the kid playing Aladdin at the beginning because during that first song, running through the streets, I felt like.
It was too choreographed and
No.
This was her reaction.
No, I felt like they purposely changed his cadence and delivery to sound different from the original.
That's kind of what I mentioned in my review too.
Yeah, and then I got really worried. I was like, are they going to change the cadence and delivery of all the songs so they can, quote, make it their own and not sound like the original? But, so they kept revisiting that song. I liked the revisiting of songs. I love the musical aspect of Disney cartoons. But that dude grew on me, and he was super charming and really, really good as the Aladdin character.
He was, yeah.
Will Smith knocked it out of the park, man. He knocked it out of the park because he didn't try to emulate Robin Williams, which is something you said also, but he also made all those songs his own without making it feel like, well, I just have to be different to be different. It didn't feel like being different for the sake of it. It felt like being different because this is the way Will Smith would sing those songs.
Yeah, it was like a little off, but not enough so to be so intrusive.
Right, because I'm like, you have to change it.
But you did notice, you do have to change it, but you did notice how he used some of the jokes and just kind of like flipped it.
Yeah.
But, I'm sorry, go on.
It's all right. So like Will Smith will tell you like he's not a singer. He can hit and hold notes.
I want to grab a little couch time while you guys are talking about
but he's not a singer. And so you inherently have to change up the tone of the songs because you have somebody who's not a singer singing. And you don't want it to sound like a really bad Broadway version. You want it to sound authentic. And they do a really good job of kind of mixing in his rap cadence delivery in the songs while having the big notes at the ends. And it was I really, really liked it. Cool. I was kind of just messing with you when I said you were completely wrong about the Jasmine thing. So I don't.
Well, it wasn't terrible. It just felt off.
Well, and I totally get that.
I did like the song. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just felt like to me it felt out of place.
So the second time, like when Jafar has taken over, is that the time you're talking about?
Yeah, and she's walking away.
Yeah. So I really like that because again, I like
the effects.
I like the music.
Awesome.
I like the musical aspect of it. You know what I mean?
That was
like
very musically.
And the thing I really liked about it is how they changed her character a little bit from just being like in the cartoon. It was never about her ruling the kingdom. It was about her like, why do I have to do things this way? Why can't it be different? Which is an awesome message to send at that time. And I think now fucking Bryce. I think the message that they're sending now about like, yeah, she's not just like an independent woman. She's also strong and smart and intelligent and can run a country and wants to run the country. And I thought that was a cool twist on her character. It wasn't just about, being against prearranged marriage. It was about for the betterment of Agrabah. And I really liked that a lot. The characterization of Jafar, like, the guy wasn't intimidating looking at all.
No, it was not.
He was very good at delivering the character and the lines, but the whole time I'm like, I would believe this more if you just looked more intimidating. Because he didn't look intimidating at all, and it really pulled me out.
He definitely has more of a... Like, Jafar was a little bit more... Like, bigger and...
He was more over the top. He was bigger, yeah, for sure.
With him, I think he would play... This sounds really bad. I think he'd play, like, a perfect serial killer.
Yeah. It was
Because
definitely
he had more
vibe.
of, like, a sinister serial
Mm-hmm.
killer vibe, in my opinion.
But not intimidating. And even though Jafar was a very skinny, like, almost frail-looking character in the cartoon, the way they drew him and the way they, like, angled the shots and stuff of the cartoon, he felt intimidating.
Yeah.
And this guy always felt completely unintimidating. I like the way they use the staff. I like the use of Iago. Like, all the animal usage could have been so cool. Bad, but it was really good. Naomi Scott was freaking amazing in the movie.
Yeah, she was good. I liked her better than Aladdin.
Yeah.
Acting better
She definitely stood out more.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's good. I'm not discrediting
right.
him. I was just thinking, like, she really stole the show.
Yeah, I think out of everybody, she definitely stole the show for sure. But yeah, I really love the movie, man. And I can understand why that sequence felt out of place at that time. But you got to also remember, at its heart, it's a musical. And that's a very Broadway stage show musical style of delivery of the realization that she just can't let them do that, like she has to speak up.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I liked it a lot. And I like the song was great. Like that whole sequence, even though I wasn't a fan of the way they, changed the song at the beginning, that whole sequence through the streets was so cool. So cool.
The streets?
Yeah, when they're running when they're running from the guards at the beginning. From the guards, yeah. Okay. And to your point, kind of flipping the beginning and making Will Smith the narrator.
I thought that was cool.
And then when they bring it back around, instead of him telling his children a fairy tale, they bring it back around at the end, and it's like, oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. Go ahead.
Real quick, because I don't know if you're about to close, but do you know about the story of Robin Williams in Aladdin?
Mm-hmm.
There's like this whole backstory of it. I don't want to get into it because it'll take too long.
Yeah.
But I watched this video on how like he didn't he loved to he was in it, and I think he I want to say he got paid just scale for that movie. But because the whole thing was him being the voice of it, but at the same time I think he said something how he didn't want to he didn't mind being promoted as being in this movie, but what he didn't want was like being sold to kids,
right?
Merchandising or something like that. I'll find the YouTube video and I'll put the link in the description. I highly recommend you check it out because I thought it was pretty interesting. Because he had a falling out with Disney after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, later, of course, everything got fixed because he was in that Flubber movie and a few other things. I'm sure.
Flubber movie was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't see it. But yeah, I'll put that in the show notes.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, all I was gonna say was like after seeing that, I'm less against seeing The Lion King, even though I really like Aladdin and The Lion King.
John Favreau.
Are two of my favorite cartoons, man. They're two of my favorite Disney movies. Period. Like, if I were to make Bryce's favorite, if I were to make a top 5 favorite 2D hand animated Disney movies.
Lion King #1.
Lion King and Aladdin would be number 1 for me.
Would be number 2.
Those two are right there. But yeah, man, and then because when we walked out of the theater, they had the big fucking poster for the big cardboard set thing for Lion King. Yeah. And I guess I didn't realize all the people that are in that fucking movie, man. Like,
fuck you, Cheesy. We tried.
Donald Glover.
Cheesy's here?
Yeah, Seth Rogen. I definitely am more willing to see that than I was beforehand because of how good Aladdin was.
Yeah. If you haven't already seen it, go see it. I guess it's worth the watch.
I thought I was going to hate it. I really thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to walk away from it going, I mean, Will Smith was good in it, but Will Smith's good in everything. Because I said not everything Will Smith is
like,
in.
At the same time, like, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I was just...
What was the overall... How was it received in, like, the media?
I think it was received pretty well.
Yeah. There's your pockets of people that hate Will Smith as the genie because they hate everything. I saw that there are some pockets that did not like the changing of the Jasmine character whatsoever and wanted it to be more truer to the cartoon. They didn't like the added songs. It's kind of all over the place, but overwhelmingly it seems like people really enjoyed it.
Was the genie not as bad, like, in practice?
So they definitely fixed some of that stuff before release, but they also get around it in a very clever way to where he's blue for like 5% of the movie, and the rest of the time he just looks like Will Smith.
Huh.
And they get around that in a really nice, clever way.
They make him not blue?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, he's blue. Like, even towards, like, most of it is, like, the beginning and the end, and, like, maybe 1 or 2 parts in the middle.
It's really short. And
but
like I said, the rest of the time, he just looks like Will Smith.
I think they were just trying to pay homage.
Yeah.
Homage. Brought it back.
I feel like they should have made him... Well, I don't remember. Is he a little fat?
No.
They should have made him a little fat. The cartoon genie is kind of fat.
They made him real muscular in the CG scenes.
You have to make him muscular.
Doesn't the cartoon genie have a little bit of a tummy?
There's just no definition, really.
Yeah.
He's kind of just like a big triangle.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to say my piece about Aladdin.
Alright. Did you see the chat, Bryce?
Nope.
She's apparently driving and
Shut up, Bryce. Shut up. Fuck you, Cheesy. Don't type
call
on
him
my name.
Bruce.
I was actually just getting ready to say, but Cheesy showed up. I think we have a new #1 fan of this show because Broken Wolf has been here every day since I've been back.
Also, man, Wolf posts some good shit on Twitter.
They know each other in real life, don't they?
I think they work together, right? But
I don't know.
anyways, you want to talk about Endgame?
Oh.
Did you like it?
Do you want me to talk about Endgame?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, we don't have to. I mean, because you guys you honestly could. We'll just see what happens. But because they talked about it for so long, I thought it was really good. I mean, I don't know if you expected me to say something else, but I thought it was really good.
You like the way how it all came to a complete...
I honestly thought it was a really fucking good movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. It.
But will it be your #1 movie of the year?
Well, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Because I was curious to hear your thoughts. So after I did watch it, I kind of skimmed through his stuff, and I heard his nonsense at the beginning. And I'm just gonna say, I am gonna say right now, especially hearing the way he talked about that movie. If that movie doesn't appear in his top, like if he's gonna play that game where he's gonna deliberately not have it in there, if he's going to, no, I'm legit. I'm not coming to that show, and I'm not making a list because I will point to that clip and be like, dude, listen to the way you talk about this movie. You cannot tell me that wouldn't at least make your top 5. At least. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's his number. What's your #1?
You don't want to know that yet.
I don't care.
I know,
because it's not
I'm
gonna
fucking
change.
with you.
He probably is, but I think it's like, oh man, this is everything
still a
as
lot
a
of
little kid come to life, come together, and watch like you say stuff like that and watch it be like, he'll do his top 5, and then it'll be like, oh, so where was Endgame?
Echo in the Canyon is #1.
Where was Endgame? It's like it was number 11. Or whatever. Like it didn't crack the top 10, and it's bullshit. At that point, like it would just be bullshit, and I won't partake. I'm just gonna say that. But I heard your nonsense. You know that movie was fucking good, man.
So you just skimmed through?
Because it was late. I did it at like 3-something in the morning. Because I didn't want to hear every little part.
At one point, I tell him, I was like, you should leave it off your list just to piss off Bryce.
I heard that. Yeah, that I heard.
Okay.
But that's what made me mad. I'm like, if that happens, I'm not going to be in the list episode. Because I just don't...
But you won't know until he's done
Trust
making
me,
his
it's
list.
going to be on my top 5.
There's no way. Like, that's the thing. See, I'm glad he's at least saying that. There's no way it wouldn't be.
There's no way it wouldn't be.
But there's no way. There's no way.
There is still a whole lot of year left, but I can tell you now, there's no way you're gonna not make my top 5.
I could say that.
I thought Ready Player One was going to be a lot higher on my list than it ended up being.
I do too.
And same, I hear you.
For you.
But just knowing how much of a fan Rick is of all this stuff.
Have you met Bryce Cheesy? He's like, why is Bryce yelling?
I mean, geez, did you not miss me? Like, you're actually watching live. He's already bitching about me. I can just go. Like, I could leave again if that's what you prefer.
Do you want us to bring James back?
Yeah, is that a little bit more calming of a show? But no, I'm being totally sincere here. Knowing how much, I don't know how else to put it, but how much like this probably means to Rick.
Yeah.
You know, seeing all this stuff come to life, and me being more of a casual fan, and watching it, like seriously, I mean, all jokes aside, watching them take all these moving parts, 22 movies, and somehow seamlessly put it all together in this last movie, that to me, and I think you guys both sort of said the same thing, that to me, they did not feel any bit of 3 hours long. Even if I was thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, this movie is 3 hours, at no point was like, oh man, I want this to end.
Right.
I kind of wanted it to keep going.
It flows just so well.
And it's just like, yeah, I mean, the movie's emotional. The acting is fucking good. I mean, there's parts of the movie I'm like, man, I feel like Marvel's trying to go for their Oscar moment right now. Because there's fucking good acting in there. Like, I mean, you commented on it. Like, the Rene Russo scene is insane. Yeah. And she is phenomenal in that whole part. But, I mean, there's a lot of, like...
Yes, we're talking Endgame.
Lethal Weapon 3.
For Rene Russo.
Lethal Weapon 3. When I was a little kid...
I haven't seen her. She's
she's a pretty woman. She's older, but yeah.
Great still. Go ahead, sorry.
No, but yeah, like, it's just... So just knowing how much this means to Rick, and then me just being a casual person, how much I thought it was really good, how great the movie was, the pacing of the movie, how great the acting was, I'm just going to be like, man, Rick's just playing games with me, and I'm not going to participate. Like, he can't tell me that won't be one of his top movies of the year, but it was really good. It was that fucking good. And I somehow managed to avoid all spoilers. I didn't know anything.
Nice, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
Well, he was off the grid for a fucking month.
He's also,
I mean, like, I am, but I mean, I have the internet, and I go to all the same websites. I just knew what to avoid.
What were some of the shocking
websites
moments
you go to we're going to talk about?
Do you know all about spoilers? And are you going to watch it?
I mean, you guys were during it. I mean, yeah, I didn't know.
No, I'm not going to.
I didn't know that. Fuck. Scarlett Johansson's character. I'm such a big. What's her name? Black Widow? Yeah. I didn't know she died.
Yeah, that was a big shock to me.
I didn't know that Tony Stark died.
That was, I felt was going to happen.
I mean, but see, like, you have a feel for this stuff. I mean, I kind of figured
out. Well, I mean, just in general, like, Robert Downey Jr. has been trying to get out of these movies for, like, 10 years at this point.
Right.
But
I mean, at the same time, like,
enjoyed playing it.
It's kind of come to its end. So essentially, like, anyone could have died, basically. Right. I mean, I know some people are going to continue on.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth said he'll play it until they tell him no.
Yeah. I also, like, I don't want to get on this again, but I'm completely with James on this one. Like, I actually absolutely loved Fat Thor. I thought that was fine. There was a small part of me that was kind of like, okay, at what point is he gonna like be ripped again? Yeah. But then it would have been completely unrealistic.
Yeah.
If he would have just suddenly, like, there would have had to have been another time jump or something. Like, I know he's Thor, he's God of Thunder, and maybe, like, he could do some quick-ass fucking P90X or some shit. But, but otherwise, like, it didn't matter. And then, honestly, at the end, when he's in his getup, you don't even notice. It just, he looked like...
He just looks like a Norse god.
One of the... No, honestly, like, what was it? I think it was, like... What happened? It's during a final battle, I think, and he just grabbed...
The hammer? Mjolnir?
Maybe? I don't know. And there's this shot of him up close where you could see the fucking, like, thunder, like,
take over
going through him. And that was the most like, he looked like a fucking badass. It didn't even matter if he had a stomach. Because you didn't even know.
Yeah, I agree with that, Wolf. I felt like his god mode should have made him back into ripped Thor.
No!
That would have been dumb, though. Like, I mean, I actually looked. I'm like, does he still... Because I wondered. Yeah. And I looked like, does he still have a tummy? Does he still have a tummy? But that would have been so dumb. It would have made no sense. Other than, like, the gods of thunder melted off all this fat.
It would have made no sense in a comic book movie.
But I mean...
but then people would have complained about it.
But don't you think... I mean, you're a fan. Like,
I like it. I'm just saying.
I mean, you could say that about any form of art and entertainment.
James did have a good explanation for it, though. Because, everything he lost.
I heard it. I mean, yeah, it made total sense.
And it made sense.
But I mean, to me, your disappointment, I think, lied more in the fact that he never returned back to being his norm. But I mean,
well,
that wouldn't have made sense.
The good part about him being Fat Thor is now I can cosplay as him.
Well, I don't think he's going to stay Fat Thor.
Well, for now,
I disagree. I kind of
cosplay
disagree
as
with
him.
that. Because I know James said the thing like, oh, this is his new thing, you know, because with the Guardians, I don't think he's gonna stay fat. I think he's gonna get in shape.
As
I mean,
Guardians of the
he's got a new lease on life. But yeah, no,
Did
of
you
course,
freak out
because you have to think. I know it's a comic book movie, but the comics. I mean, I would think as a fan, it all makes sense. It all tied together. I mean, of course, you know, we're not having fucking hammers fly into our hands and shit, but.
What do you think of Captain America? That Captain America scene.
I mean,
grabs the hammer. It's fucking awesome.
But you have to remember, like, I'm not a fan of Captain America. Like, those are the movies.
Even oh my god.
In fact, like, you called that I think you called that your best scene of the movie.
Hell yeah.
Because they
one of the many.
all those movies
but see,
ago.
I only saw one Captain
Avengers
America movie. Which one did I see? Not even Winter Soldier. I only saw one Captain America movie.
Civil War.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah.
And I liked it. But I think I liked it because it had a lot of Iron Man in it. Right? That's the one he's in?
Which is it the first Avengers movie where they tease him moving the hammer?
Yeah, Age of Ultron where they're all sitting down.
Okay, yeah.
And he kind of like...
He grabs it and it
just
jiggles.
I actually was more confused by it. I was like, what is it? I mean, like, because if anything, it sort of irritated me because I felt like it made Thor seem less special. I'm like, oh, so this other dude can do this too? Like, what the fuck is that?
It's he who's worthy.
But they just kind of bothered me because I felt like it totally undercut
And Captain
Thor.
America is a fucking goody good boy. How is he not worthy?
That's why it's so much better that he can't move it.
I just think it undercuts Thor.
Yeah.
I didn't say... I'm not talking whether or not he's worthy. But
Thor can allow other people, though, to
well, see, I don't know these things. But, I mean, it's fine. I don't hate... It's just, I didn't have an interest in
You heard
seeing
it
his...
first. Bryce thinks Captain America sucks ballsack.
I just didn't have an interest to see his solo movies that much.
It's so weird because I was never a Captain America fan, and this made me such a Captain America fan. Yeah, like I liked him, but I just didn't really care for him. But watching Chris Hemsworth bring him to life, Chris Evans bring him to life.
Wrong Chris.
I know, so many goddamn Chris's.
Well, there's Evans, Hemsworth, Pratt.
Wolf isn't going to talk to me anymore until I watch Captain America and Winter Soldier. Or Captain America Winter Soldier.
Please watch Winter Soldier. You would like Winter Soldier.
I don't feel the need to anymore. I know how it ends. I know how it all ends. I'm not saying I refuse. Anyways, the movie was really fucking good. It lived up to every bit of the hype. Woo. I'm going to add one more quick thing, because I feel like we've talked about this stuff. So for people that don't know, and I just want to show it some love. Did I leave up the article? So tonight, something that's special to me, and probably to you guys too, All That returns. All That. Mm-hmm. And Keenan and Kel Mitchell are the fucking producers, and they're going to be on the show a bit too.
Oh, I heard.
But it comes back tonight.
Yeah.
8:30 Eastern time. I mean, for me, that's exciting because
that's pretty cool.
I fucking loved it. I don't know whether it's gonna be good.
I don't know. I think it's cool that they're involved, but like
they're the executive producers.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
The Jonas Brothers are the musical guest tonight.
That's funny.
But I mean, not that I care about that. But anyways, they're doing it's the same shit.
Jonas Brothers are pretty dope.
I wasn't knocking them necessarily. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you were.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. Jonas Brothers. Pretty fucking dope.
But I'm just kind of surprised with like how much we were talking about some of these like Nickelodeon shit coming back that we didn't really give this. I didn't really know it happened quick.
I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff coming back.
I mean, I hear you, but to me, like this just plays too much to my childhood. Like I fucking loved. I mean, come on, you guys watch Snick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Like Brendan and have. I mean, does this excite you at all?
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Fuck you guys. Let's move on. Forget it.
Was there a video you were gonna play?
No, there's no video. I'm excited. I loved Keenan and Kel. I loved all that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that Lori Beth Denberg's gonna be on it too.
Oh,
cool. Keenan and Kel are gonna be on it, and they're executive producers. And who's the other guy? His name's Josh. I think Josh Server. These are the new kids. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll suck, but I fucking like it. I want to show it some love.
Keenan a lot on SNL. Like. Crazy seeing him go there.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite thing about SNL.
Yeah.
Person.
Real quick, did you guys see the Black Jeopardy with Tom Hanks?
No.
I did not.
Oh God, I'll make you watch that before we go. So we gotta get rolling.
Yeah.
That's cool. I just don't like. I'm in a space where I'm probably not gonna watch that. because it's not gonna be for me. It's gonna be for kids, obviously.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it will be, but it's gonna play too much on my nostalgia that I really feel like I want to see it.
And my kids don't even fucking watch television, so it's not like I'm gonna have it in the house. So that's cool that they're bringing that name back, and hopefully they do it justice. But it's probably just I don't think I'll end up watching it at all. I might check it out and see like how the kids that are on it now are, but I think that's probably it.
Well, I'm excited about it. Mike wants to be a hater. Rick wants to act like he doesn't care. Fuck you guys.
I
Let's
wasn't
move
hating.
on.
I was giving a very logical explanation.
I mean, but it's your explanation for everything about being brought back. I mean, it's always. It's fine.
It's not gonna be for me.
But it's fine. It's fine. You could watch it. You could give it a chance. You don't know. But maybe you weren't as much of a fan as I was.
No, I watched it every week. I'm
curious. Dude, I'm curious if the fact that they're involved, I'd be less excited because didn't they for a little bit? Didn't they bring? Wasn't there all that with a whole new fucking crew at one point?
I don't know.
I feel like there wasn't. I'm just like
I think I'd stopped watching by then.
Or there was like, I don't remember. There was some other different version of all that where I'm just like, no, this isn't the same. It might have even been one that was like aimed even more towards kids, which is weird.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm excited about it. I don't know that like it's something I'm gonna watch every single week. I might, like I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Like maybe I've grown out of that. I mean, because it is gonna be kid humor, but I'm immature as fuck, so you never know. But I just like the fact that they're involved, that they're executive producing.
That's really cool.
I like seeing those two just even together.
Yeah.
Like that just warms my heart. But apparently this is something only Bryce cares about. So
you have a forum to talk about it. We're not telling you can't talk about it.
No, I know. I mean, even Rick right now is no-selling the fuck out of this one. Before, he was getting excited about, like, the Nicktoon movies and stuff coming back. But Rick doesn't even care. I can see it on his face.
So those came out, right?
One of them still hasn't. The Hey Arnold movie did.
Hey Arnold.
Rocco hasn't yet.
Rocco has not.
No,
Okay.
that's one I'm really...
Did you watch the Hey Arnold movie?
No.
No? Okay.
But I had it on my DVR.
Okay.
I wanted to. I recorded it. You look like you had something you were going to say, but then you stopped. Because I was calling
I'm
you
looking
out.
forward to the...
I was calling you out for not caring about the all that thing, and it looked like you were about to say something, and then you stopped. I could totally see it on his face, like he could give a shit. All right, that's fine. You guys weren't cool and didn't like Keenan and Kel and all that. That's fine. No one's correcting me. Let's move on.
I stopped watching all that when Keenan and Kel got their own show, because I started watching that.
I watched both.
I like Keenan and Kel show.
Yeah,
That's
I like
just
Keenan and
good.
Kel show too. I like My Brother and Me too. That's a good show too.
I don't think I ever watched that show.
Okay. That's fine. I'm sure this will be edited out of the show because Rick looked like he's about to fall asleep as I talk about this, but that's all right. Let's go. What are we doing? E3.
Mike.
Okay. Real quick, Rick, you played a little bit of the Division 2 last night.
Yes.
I got through. It's free till the end of the weekend, but by the time you're hearing this, if you're not watching live, it's not free anymore. But it's only $40 right now till the 17th.
$40?
Yeah, for the base game. So I was meaning to get home after dinner last night and play 5 or 6 hours of that game last night, but we ended up not going home after dinner. We went somewhere else, and I didn't get home until like 12:30. And then I started playing. I played for maybe an hour, like if that. I got through the tutorial. I got to DC. I got to the White House, and then I started the mission where you have to go to the theater district.
Right.
But
rescue.
I stopped because I was like, I need to fucking go to bed. And it was like 1:30. I was like, I just got to stop and put myself to bed or else I'm going to be up all night
Like me.
and dead to the world. But like I said on the notes, super, super, super early impressions for me. It feels like The Division. I really liked The Division. I didn't have anybody to play The Division with. And that is definitely a game that you need people to play with. You can solo it. But it's not as forgiving as something like Destiny is to solo. You definitely need people to play with. What'd you think of what you played?
So I did all the tutorials. I went and I rescued the child.
Yeah.
And going through it and playing with it, I liked it a lot.
Feels
It was really cool. I did have to bump up the access and sensitivity because for some reason it was just really slow for me.
Yeah.
After I did that, everything was fine. But yeah, it's cool. I like it.
That drone skill, holy shit. I picked the drone. Did you pick the drone for your skill?
I think I picked the drone.
Oh, so good.
No, I didn't.
No?
No,
Okay.
I picked that the to see how many people are where.
Oh, the pulse.
The pulse. There you go. Yeah. I prefer that rather than doing a drone strike because it's good to know where your enemies are.
Yes, good point. That's how I ran the first division. I always ran with pulse and the healing items. But this one, I was like, let me try running with.
The drone looked pretty cool.
Drone's dope.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought there were some things that were kind of a little confusing for me I think it's just overwhelming for me as far as like reading the text on the screen.
Skill trees on skill trees on skill trees, yes.
It gets to a point where like my ability to read just goes away and I'm like, I don't want to read all this. Just make it simple. Treat it like Spider-Man.
Yeah. I was going to say, but treat it like the way I know a lot of people play old Zelda games and just read the highlighted text because that's generally all you really need to know. If you're just trying to get through the game, which is the wrong way to play something like Zelda, but you can get by just by, the green or red or yellow or blue text.
Yeah.
And they definitely do that in the Division. But I don't do that because I really enjoy like the background and the lore of that world. I think the concept of the game, of that whole franchise is really cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed what I played because I really enjoyed what I played of the first Division, but I kind of petered out on the first game because I had nobody to play with. And it does not feel it feels great. The world building is great. The characters are cool that you come into contact with, but the world just feels empty if you don't have somebody with you to talk to or to play the missions with you.
Nice, Bryce. Yes, I can understand that while playing the game. Mm-hmm. The AI is fine and everything, but like knowing that you can play with someone else, I think that's definitely a good thing to have.
I'm gonna have to give that a shot before the end of the weekend. I'm probably just gonna end up.
I want to buy it, but there's something in me that's like I don't know if I want to because the whole. Like I said, the whole skill tree and understanding it all, and like maybe because I've been playing Tomb Raider on the PC, like I kind of prefer this rather than this now, which is weird for me to say because I usually prefer a controller, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just talking, and I mean I like both, but I just think I think it would have felt better if I could just go like this to look around.
Yeah, probably.
That's why I turned the sensitivity, I think, so up high, too, because I just wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
That does make sense. But I enjoy the game. I like it. I want to buy it. I want to buy it, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it. Wow. When's the last day for the sale?
The 17th.
Okay. Are you going to buy it?
Not if I don't have anybody to play with.
So if I buy it, you'll buy it.
Yeah. How much is it on sale?
$40. And all the downloadable content is coming free. Like,
it is.
They have a pack where you can pay and like quote get it first and get some perks, but all the downloadable content is coming for free to the game. They announced that way back when it started. And I guess one of the things they're doing is they're going back. Later on, you're going to go back to New York where the first game was, which is really cool because that city felt great. But yeah, man, I don't know. I really want to get it, but I just don't like. Borderlands is coming out in September. I know that is going to take a lot of my time because I've already played the DLC for Borderlands 2 that came out all the way through.
Yeah, you guys are going to be playing that all
twice. The time. And man, that DLC is so good. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, Rick. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I want to, but
okay. I'll probably just play whatever is left on the free demo, and then it's probably good.
Maybe make a decision towards the end of that. Maybe on the 16th, you'll probably get a message from me.
So I'm thinking about buying the show.
Oh, okay, really? Yeah, it's $40. I thought it was going to be cheaper, but yeah, that's a good price for it too.
It's not bad. That's something I don't mind parting with because I know I'll have fun playing it, and I'll play against Cheesy, and then Bryce if he buys it.
So he doesn't even need me. I'm definitely not going to buy it. I'm not sure you're just going to play with Cheesy. It's all good.
So
I wasn't sure if you were like on the fence or not because
you've got Cheesy.
Because you kind of sounded like you weren't going to buy it.
Well, I didn't know you were definitely going to buy it. But you've got Cheesy anyway, so you don't need me. So that's cool.
Borderlands 2, Commander Lilith, and the Fight for
Sanctuary. If I buy it, you'll buy it.
I don't know. You guys killed my enthusiasm without all that discussion. Oh my God. So it's all good.
The DLC for Borderlands 2 is fucking amazing. You can jump into it because you can start a character at level 30, and the level gate for that DLC is 30. They upped the actual level cap to 80 and then you can have up to a OP 10 rank and overpower 10 rank, which just adds to your level 80. So it'll say 80 OP 10, so it's basically almost like a level 90. But yeah, man, they dropped some new weapons, a new class of weapon called Effervescent, and it's like a pearlescent paint job, but with glitter all over it. It's super cool. And I was kind of lucky, I guess, in my first playthrough where I got a lot of those to drop. But now that I'm a higher level, they don't really do any damage. So I got a couple to drop my second playthrough, which is good. And some of them are guaranteed at the end of quests. But the weapons themselves, like there's an assault or SMG that I got to drop right away in my first playthrough. So it was like a level 33 SMG. And now I'm level 49, so it doesn't do any fucking damage to any of the enemies I'm facing.
Oh, wow.
But I looked it up, and apparently it's like a super, super, super rare drop because only one type of enemy can drop it. Mm-hmm. And people are like, oh, it's not worth it. And I'm like, I guess I'm assuming that the people are saying this gun isn't worth it haven't got it at the level they're at to drop, because I got it to drop within the first like hour of me playing that DLC. And I used it from level 32 to level 43 is where I
got lucky.
I get super lucky, and it works. It's a great submachine gun with fire type damage, and you're facing a lot of humans and a lot of plant based enemies, so the fire is perfect for those. But yeah, then I got another SMG that's an effervescent SMG that is really, really good too, and an assault rifle that's amazing, especially when you pair it with a shield that comes. So I got the shield and the assault rifle also at first playthrough, and those dropped near the end of the DLC. So they're still okay, doing okay damage, all the way through my second playthrough. But I haven't been able to get that SMG to drop again or the assault rifle to drop again, which is kind of a bummer because I really like the assault rifle a lot. But yeah, man, it's really, really good. And like, you guys know I've been playing Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, and I've played through that game in its entirety once since the remaster came out, and then played it halfway through with that same character, and then finished a playthrough with a different character. And it's just one of those things where like everybody's always saying like, oh, it can't just be more of that. Like a lot of the shit I saw about Halo Infinite was like, it just can't be more Halo. I'm like, why the fuck not? It like, yes, it can. And they got to change the game now. It's the 16. Like, no, you don't have to change the game. You can make your game better without having to full on change it. And like everybody's like, Borderlands 3, it's got to do something. It's got to be different. It can't just be more Borderlands. As a Borderlands fan, I'm here to tell you that if it's just more Borderlands, then I'm all fucking in, because the DLC I just played through was more Borderlands, and goddamn it, is it good.
I also don't think that's a fair criticism for a game like Borderlands, because Borderlands, like I've said so many times before, Borderlands world to me feels so alive, and it's so stylized, and the characters are so like, they're not just random people. Like there's a story behind them. So it's like that's like saying there shouldn't have been a sequel to Iron Man or something. You know what I mean? Like there's more story to tell. Like it's not just like, oh, you're doing these missions and you're shit. Like I get that's the heart of it, that you're gonna be doing missions. But I feel like the world and the people in that world are so alive that it shouldn't feel samey if you do get that, because you're getting new characters, you're
new environments, new
people.
characters, a new world. Like you're getting different things. You don't have to change the core mechanics of what that game is for it to do well. Which I think we talked about it with Uncharted 4. A lot of people, like it got short shrift in that Game of the Year consideration from a lot of people because it's just more Uncharted. But if you go back to Uncharted 2, people talk about Uncharted 2 like it's the greatest fucking video game ever made. Yeah, this is more of that, but better, because it looks better and the story is continued and the mechanics feel tighter. And yes, you can have more of something and have it be just as good as like, well, it's got to be something completely different.
I mean, what do people want? Like, what did they want Uncharted 4 to be a Mario game all of a sudden? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
I don't get...
Uncharted is very much about a story that's being told, an adventure that you're going on. Like, what is this? Like, let's rip out all the fucking game mechanics and have it be something completely fucking different. Like, That's annoying as shit. Like you don't change something just for the sake of changing it.
Right. Which we'll get to when we talk about this particular game that I feel is doing that, and I think they're making a mistake. But yeah, I really like the Borderlands Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary DLC. I'm gonna play it several more times because I have other characters I need to level up and get these weapons with. And it actually made me want to go back and play all of the other Borderlands 2 DLC. Go out and get it. Like, Handsome Collection is free right now on both PlayStation Plus and Xbox One games with gold, and the DLC is free. So like, you're really doing yourself a disservice if you don't go out there and get this game, because it's free. It's fucking free with your PlayStation Plus membership or your Xbox Live Gold membership. It's just free. And the Handsome Collection comes with Borderlands 2, all of the story-based DLC that came out from Borderlands 2. They had these things called Headhunter Packs, which were like small micro DLCs essentially. They were like a couple of hours of gameplay, and they did like 4 or 5 of them, which are also super awesome to play. And then you have this DLC, which is amazing to play, and an upped level cap, and new like, they went out of their way to put a whole new class of rarity and 15 brand new items in that class of rarity. They didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
They didn't even have to come out with DLC. They could have made a fucking motion comic or an animated thing to show you how you get from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3. But they felt the need to go back into that engine and make some DLC to tell you a story, to get you more hype for 3. And that's all that does, is take my hype level for 3 from here to here, when it's already pretty high. So go out of your way and get it, because it's fucking amazing. And now we can move on to talking about E3 video game stuff. So I want to talk about the game real quick. I feel like is changing things when they shouldn't be, and they don't need to be. And I know a lot of people are super excited about it because, ooh, it seems like a really cool concept. And I'm over here like, but Watch Dogs 2 was so fucking good.
So I had a feeling you were going to Watch Dogs. I was going through right now, like, which one are they talking about?
Watch Dogs Legion seems really cool. I like the idea of it. The guy that is head of it was head on Far Cry 2, which had a lot of similar elements to where everything affected everything. And it was kind of a open world physics kind of thing. I liked... Watch Dogs 1 was a very nice proof of concept. It wasn't a super fun game, though, because I felt like it was too dark and too gritty. Watch Dogs 2 totally flipped that on its end, and it was trying to take down the big tech company, like the Facebook-like company or the Google-like company.
Right.
And
that was 2.
That was 2.
Okay.
And that took place in San Francisco.
Right.
And it had a great world built in a real world city. It had awesome characters. It had a very neon 80s vibe aesthetic. I told you several times that it felt like a modern version of one of our favorite movies, even down to like the style of music they use. And that's I made the "They're Gone" joke earlier from it. Like, it's amazing. And this game is like, again, you're in a police state, post Brexit, drone warfare, and it's like seriously, that's
really?
what it is. That's what it fucking is. Yes, and
I don't remember hearing them say that.
It's every cycle of video games Ubisoft comes out with, everything kind of feels very samey, and that's not in a bad way. But this one, like the new Tom Clancy games, Breakpoint, is all about drone warfare, and like this is all about drone warfare, and the big hook for this is like, there's no protagonist. Anybody in the game, anybody in the world you can pick, and they can be the protagonist. You can recruit anybody, and I mean any. That they kept stressing that.
Yeah.
And I mean anybody to be part of DedSec and be your main character. And I'm not saying this isn't entertaining with the old lady, and I'm not saying that you can't have a good game that way. I just feel like this is a way of them not telling you a cohesive story. This is a way of them doing overarching voiceovers while you're playing a game. Like your story dialogue is going to come from the voice in your head rather than the character you're playing as, and I don't fucking like that.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
It looks really fucking cool.
It looks fun.
But when the whole leak came out originally about Legion, I was like, I hope that's not the case. I hope somebody's totally off base. And then they fucking right out of the gate confirm it at the Ubisoft press conference, and I got really sad because I really, really liked the tone and the vibe of Watch Dogs 2.
Did you guys like the second Watch Dogs over the first one?
Yes.
Because I know they were on sale on Steam, and I was kind of trying to figure out which one to buy. I think they're at the same price.
I think you would like the.
Because from what I've read, the story is more heavy on the first one.
Yeah, it's a good story.
But the second one's more character.
The second one is more lighthearted. It's a little more lighthearted. There's definitely some darkness. There's some character deaths you have to deal with. Like, there's some dark stuff in 2, but it's
That's
all
what I hear. Yeah.
It's all set against a super tech-oriented storyline in San Francisco with, like I said, a very 80s aesthetic to modern day. The melee weapons in Watch Dogs 2, it's like a yo-yo essentially. Like, your melee weapon is it can be a billiard ball on a string, and you take people out with it. It's really cool. I really, really enjoyed Watch Dogs 2, so it kind of really bummed me out when Legion was announced the way it was, and they really stressed. It just feels like every other fucking game that's out right now, like a quote games as service where there's no story. There's a lot of lore, but no story. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I don't like that in my video games. I like video games with story. I love lore in my video games, but I like story.
Yeah.
And I don't think
you gotta have
this
story.
isn't gonna have that.
That kind of sucks. It does sound like the story part will be the
Again,
part.
this is just
but
the unveil. It's not coming out till next year. We don't really know, but based on that's what I want to talk about too. Also, I'm glad you brought that. Have that up. But yeah, Watch Dogs Legion. What did you think of Watch Dogs Legion, Rick? Did you like what you saw, or?
I did.
I know you love that old lady sequence.
That was funny.
See, I missed. That's the part of the presentation I missed.
Oh, okay.
I missed that whole part, and I've never went back to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
The most I saw was what we just watched.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, from the trailer that I watched and what I just put up now, that all looks cool to me. That you can recruit people, and like I know it kind of almost reminiscent of Metal Gear 5 about capturing and recruiting people, but I don't know. I just like the tech part of this, and like the hacking and all that stuff, cyber warfare. Like I don't know, all that just intrigues me because that's what I like.
All I have left for Watch Dogs 2 to Platinum is the co-op or the online trophies, and there's only like 5 of them that I need to get to Platinum Watch Dogs 2. But that's how much I like that game. I put that much time into it after I was done with the story to clean up the trophies that I didn't get single player wise.
Yeah, I'm most likely going to buy Watch Dogs 2.
It's a super fun game.
I did buy... because like I said, I was looking on Steam to find something to buy, and I thought that was pretty cheap, so I just didn't know whether to get the first or second one. But yeah, I like the trailer, I like the recruiting part, I like the old lady part. Mm-hmm. I like also that they're kind of, which is I guess their thing, where they kind of take real life events, sort of, and use that as part of the background.
As a backdrop for their,
so...
I don't know. The city of London looks super cool, and like I would love to play around in that city, but like I don't know if it's in this game that I want to do that. You know, it looks cool though. It's probably just not for me. But again, we'll see what else comes out about it before it launches in March. I think March or May of 2020, something like that. Like from March to May is like fucking packed in 2020, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, it's insane. It seemed like a lot of games. When there'd be a date, it was all March, April, May.
Yeah.
Bryce?
Yeah, did you see anything that was the thing that disappointed me the most?
I don't think I have a disappointment, if that's what we're starting off with.
Well, it could be anything. What were you like super hyped for?
Oh, that's what we're doing right now?
Well, just bring something up, man.
I brought all the trailers that I think you might.
Well, I added that one because
I forgot to add
there.
that one.
Rick, you go.
I think mine's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I bet.
And that is Cyberpunk 2077. I remember watching the last trailer for it, and I enjoyed what I watched. Mm-hmm. And like now with this trailer, I'm even more psyched for it.
Right.
Because of the whole Keanu reveal. But
where would you be without the Keanu reveal?
I'll still be on it. I'll be all over this because like it has to deal with cyber warfare and like it looks like it's like black hats and as we were talking earlier, black hats and white hats and like gray hats. So the whole cyberpunk aesthetics of it is what I love.
Yeah.
And
that's a fucking sweet jacket.
Like, yeah, the jacket is fucking awesome. I see that and I want that jacket.
I mean, I don't know. That collar kind of pisses me off. It's too big.
It's kind of ridiculous, but in such an awesome
That's what I like about it the most.
I feel like I would use that collar to fucking choke him out. Like, it looks like you could press a button and it would like completely strangle. Yeah,
it looks like conveniently to wear at night so you can turn it on and know where you're going. You can see.
I think it's. I feel like if I'm in this world, I would design a jacket like that, but it's fucking booby trapped to where I could press a button and it chokes them to death.
Also, what I loved about the trailer too, and this is going back to the '90s, is that it almost has. I'm not saying almost, but it has. I don't know, like watching like the jacket you were making fun of. Like it kind of reminds me of Hackers, the movie.
It reminds me of.
I mean, to me, the world looks. I know you guys aren't fans, not to interject, but it looks like Blade Runner.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh yeah. I see Blade Runner too.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the thing I really, really like about the aesthetic is it feels like a 70s, 80s, early 90s thought of what 2077 is gonna be. You know what I mean? It's like when Back to the Future 2 came out. Here's what 2015 is gonna look like, and like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like, and like that's what I really like about the aesthetic is it feels like out of time, like. We're going to show you what we think this is going to look like in 70 years.
Yeah. It's always fun to see something like that.
Did that excite you guys?
Yeah, I mean, this game's been on my radar from the beginning,
Since it got announced 5 years ago before The Witcher 3 even came out.
Yeah.
Like, right as The Witcher 3 came out, they announced that they started working on this thing. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, this trailer was the one that set it in stone for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I liked the trailer, the original trailer that I watched too, but I wasn't, like, so over the top for it.
Yeah.
But getting, like, this story and background and, like, we don't know everything yet, but, like, it has me intrigued. I want to know more, and I want to play it. And, like,
you got Rick Ross right there.
The cyber enhancements that you can do to your body in this game, like, that looks pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we got to that point in real life, I wouldn't do it preferably.
I would. I totally would.
I totally wouldn't. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks awesome.
I know this is all.
I like the colors.
This is all like in-engine gameplay or cutscene or whatever.
Cinematic.
I just hope it plays as good as it looks, because as good as The Witcher 3 looks, it feels terrible. Even after all of the patches and everything, it just does not feel... I guess terrible is a strong word. It's not terrible. It just doesn't feel as snappy as you'd want it to. I love when games and characters have weight to them, but there's a way you can go overboard with it. And I feel like The Witcher went overboard with, you let go of the stick and he's still, let me slow down before I stop walking.
Yeah.
I don't need him to stop right away, because that...
It kind of makes it feel like you're not in control.
Yes, though. Yes. But this, I hope it feels as good as it looks, because man, that looks so good. And Giant Bomb lost their shit with the Keanu Reeves reveal. I watched the Kind of Funny thing, and I thought that was pretty funny too. Even I was like, oh shit, fucking Keanu Reeves, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. And so Alexis's brother, he has a love-hate relationship with Keanu Reeves because he thinks he's a bad actor, but he ends up liking a lot of movies he's in. And so, like, he goes, like, I hate Keanu Reeves, but John Wick is so good. And then, so now, I hope he sees this, because he was super hyped about this game. And now he's going to be like, God damn it, because he made a joke last year about how Keanu Reeves is infiltrating everything he likes. So, this is going to be hilarious.
Everywhere right now.
Yeah. Almost as everywhere as Terminator. Gears 5.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Ugh, what else? There was a Square Enix thing. It was a Tom Clancy game, right? It was a Ubisoft thing. Fucking yeah. Anyway, what about you? What you got? Some Guigi?
I mean, I'm trying to, like, yeah, it's funny. I mean, the stuff you guys talked about is all stuff that got me excited. I feel like I'm missing stuff, but yeah, like, I was pretty hyped on that Nintendo Direct, man. Like, and I'm Luigi's Mansion 3. I am so excited for.
Yeah. That looks so cool.
I am so excited for that game. I love the way. I love the aesthetic. Mm-hmm. It looks so awesome. There's something about that game. Like, I think it kind of is near and dear to me because of it being on the GameCube. And that was a really cool game on the GameCube. And then the game on the 3DS is fucking awesome. Like, I was having so much fun playing that game. I never beat it. I wish I did. I don't even think I went as deep into it as I should have, because it was fantastic. And then I think I was at a point where, you know, people would joke about, Luigi's Mansion 3. That I actually never even thought of it being something that would happen. Yeah. Because they just are just like, and so the fact that it is, I mean, just that whole title screen just gets me. It looks
the 3
cool.
Looking like the ghost.
Just all of it, like the background, all of it. So I'm really hyped for this game.
Do you remember the backlash on Luigi's Mansion when it came out? Everybody was so upset because a mainline Mario game didn't launch with the console.
Yes, actually, I do remember. I was totally fine with it, though. I thought this game was fun. I thought that game was fun.
It was great.
I liked that game. But yeah, I do remember that now.
And then how upset people were when the Mario game they got was Sunshine, which is not a bad game. No. Stop it.
It's not. Yeah. It's still Mario in every sense of the word. Just people are upset about the fucking the water thing on the back or whatever.
Fucking Gooigi, man.
Yeah, dude, just all of it. I think this game looks so good. Most people that I've heard that have played it, I've come out of it being like, wow, I really can't wait for this game.
Do you think they had Gooigi as like an assist trophy in Smash?
Probably. He's gonna be in Smash at some point. He has to, but
if that motherfucker makes it like as a main character before Waluigi, I'm gonna be so pissed.
How is Waluigi not a main character? That is pretty insane. Is Waluigi their how are they related?
they're like the Bizarro versions of each other.
I guess that's just all it is.
Yeah, the evil Mario and evil Luigi.
Yeah.
Anyway, that Luigi's Mansion looks so cool, man.
It looks awesome. The trailer and like the Haunted Mansion sounding sort of voice. Oh,
when 2 came out on DS, like I was like, I want to play that game. Fucking Gooigi.
I remember the thing that I kept saying, and like, still with what you're talking about, when I was playing that game. What was it called? I think Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon or something. I think that's what it was called.
Dark Moon, I think.
Yeah, I think it was called that. But I remember talking about it on the show, and the thing that I just kept saying is it just felt like it is Dark Moon. Felt like such a labor of love or something. I was like, man, it feels like so much heart and work was put into this game. And that's why I'm so excited for this one too.
Me too, dude. I'm super hyped about Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, like it was funny. I'm like, man, did I just leave the Nintendo Direct being most hyped about Luigi's Mansion 3? Because, oh, fuck. I'm so excited.
I felt like that was going to be the thing for me. Not because I forgot about these other 2 games, but because I didn't think they were going to show any more. But Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina, man, like...
Yeah, those look really cool.
Put them in me, like, right now. Please.
I watched some gameplay. I just love the way this looks. Oh, my God. I watched some gameplay of Astral Chain. And that actually got me more on board than any trailer ever has. I feel like the trailers...
Did they show some more? Did they show more gameplay during the Treehouse?
Dude, the Treehouse stuff is so good. You have to watch the Treehouse stuff. Like they were showing... I love the Treehouse stuff. They honestly show off levels. It's so good.
Did you watch Justin's video that I sent you?
Not yet.
Oh. Yeah, because she kind of walks around.
I was in the middle of watching
all
something.
The Nintendo stuff, because she's a big Nintendo fan too, and she played some of the.
Yeah. I will watch it stuff.
Doug Bowser is my dude, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, that intro was fucking great.
I put that on my list because I specifically wanted to, like, that was the most fun thing they've done since the Puppet Direct.
Yeah.
Like, that Direct that where there was it Reggie, Miyamoto, and Iwata. That it's such a long shot of those puppets walking down the hallway, and like it's one of those things where it's like, this is funny, and then it stops being funny, and then it's funny again, and I really felt like this was the most fun Direct since that, like 4 years ago. Or
it was really good.
Man. Like,
and it's cool.
The whole introduction, like the picture of him, of his desk, and if you look in the corner, plushies of Mario and Luigi are tied up on a shelf. Like, just the whole... They know. And the whole vibe is just... perfect.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, man, I like you came out of the Nintendo Direct not because I was most excited about everything they showed, but I was just most excited about the vibe of that Direct.
Yeah, it was really good, man, and you just know that there's more coming. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like it. It's funny, like this E3. I'm excited for all the big games that we're talking about, but there's a lot of indie games that are coming that I'm excited about. Like, there's a lot of games in the kind of funny indie showcase that I'm like, man, that looks really cool. Like,
I got super excited because I found out that Minecraft Dungeons is coming to all consoles.
Switch, yep.
And so is Psychonauts 2.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's coming to the Switch too?
No, it's coming to PS4. Yeah, I thought it was going to be an Xbox One exclusive because they bought Double Fine.
It'll come to the Switch.
Because it didn't have a publisher. Psychonauts 2 didn't have a publisher, so I assumed that because it didn't have a publisher and Microsoft bought the studio, that it would just live there. But Psychonauts 2 is coming to PlayStation 4. The Witcher 3 on Switch, dude.
Yeah.
That is going to be a weird undertaking for that group, that studio that's been working on it. I hope they put a lot of love and care into it because it runs like shit on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
I watched Digital Foundry did a breakdown of the gameplay footage they did show.
Yeah.
And against the same footage from PS4. And remember I was telling you I was really worried about ports now because of the way Saints Row 3 came out and because of the way that Assassin's Creed 3 came out. This is probably the most palatable looking concessions I've seen in a port.
I've heard a lot of good things.
Based on the stuff they showed that was in engine.
Yeah. Against
the PlayStation 4 stuff in that same engine. It feels like, this is going to be a completely viable version of The Witcher 3 to play.
Yeah, and maybe that's the way, because maybe this is the way that I consume that game, just the fact that I could pick it up and play it whenever I want to.
Yeah.
You know, like wherever I am. I'm interested. Because I've talked to you about it. I've always been kind of loosely interested in wanting to buy the game, but I've never dove in.
I tell you about it, and you're like,
I've never dove in. You've kind of scared me away a little bit with like how clunky the gameplay can be.
I still put like 15 hours into that game. That's nowhere near completion or anything like that. But I lost myself for 15 to 20 hours in that game and really enjoyed it. Even though, again, so like I always bring up Red Dead 2, where I always felt like I was fighting the controls for fun. I felt like I was fighting the controls in some sense, but when it was more movement and not like battle mechanics. Mm-hmm. When you're in battle, it feels good. But getting from point A to point B sucks in The Witcher. But battle, like being in a fight, feels fine. Everything about that feels fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I would suggest about you getting into it on PS4 instead of Switch is this is going to be $60 on Switch. I guarantee it. And you can get it for like $20 for the complete edition on PS4.
Mark it down. Let's see if Mike's guarantee comes true.
It'll be $60.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying we'll find out.
That's not a knock on Nintendo
because they're not setting the price.
Because they're not setting the price. But it will be $60.
We'll find out.
Okay. Because I think it's $30 on PS4 right now, but when it's on, you can catch it on sale for $20 regularly for the complete edition.
Yeah.
But yeah, Link's Awakening, dude.
I'm so excited for that too. Run that trailer.
I am. But I heard Giant Bomb saying like that. I know they have a couple months left.
Yeah, there's no. I heard that
frame rate was, and it wasn't just.
It's not just Giant Bomb. I heard the same thing.
The frame rate was bad for like. Yeah. In what Brad was saying is like, in places where it has no business being bad.
Right.
It's bad.
There's no way that is bad like that. There's no way.
But there would be a time where you would say there was no way Nintendo shows a demo like that of a first party.
God, that looks
right.
So
You know what I mean? True. But I'm gonna do my guarantee. Your guarantee is $60 Witcher. I'm gonna guarantee you that the game's gonna run just fucking fine once it comes out.
Even like, here's the thing. Even if it just runs at 30, that's fine as long as it's constant.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a frame rate guy. 60 frames. I don't care if I have a powerful PC and I can run things at 1,000 frames a second. That doesn't make me enjoy the game more. Yeah. The only thing that makes me not enjoy a video game about frame rate is when it dips so low.
Right. I fucking love this art. Sorry, I'm missing you, but this art style, like, can I just timeless? Yeah, like this is timeless. Can I go live here? Like, it looks, man.
There's like a certain style to this that I just can't quite put my finger on.
Oh, I can nail it for you. It's claymation. It's Rankin Bass. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's like that. Frosty the Snowman. It's that.
It has it, but it still has like the cartoon
but
aspect
digitized.
to it too. Like
It's like digitized.
But the first thing I thought when I saw that was that stuff. And I was like, oh
You're
my
right.
god, this is so good.
Just the whole environment. Like that like we've talked about this so many times, and it's just like I'm excited for. So I'm absolutely excited for Cyberpunk. The people that made The Witcher made Cyberpunk. In case you didn't know, Rick.
Yeah, I've kind of
Just so that's going to be a giant fucking massive game. I'm excited for that stuff, and like you see things like Death Stranding and all that stuff, but there's still like the part of me that like gets more excited about seeing things that look like this.
Borderlands is
the same thing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm just like, oh, here's another realistic fucking shooting game.
Yeah.
And it's just like I like the stylized stuff.
Yes.
And this looks fucking great. Luigi's Mansion looks fucking great. Borderlands looks fucking great.
September.
And it's usually those are the graphics that usually are the things that stand the test of time too.
I think the thing that helps Cyberpunk stand out is that because of like the whole
got a
neon
vibe to
aspect,
it, yeah.
it's not just here's a super realistic thing. It's also got a vibe, like you said, a vibe.
Yeah.
Like Rad, that Double Fine game Rad.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna be a game for me, but that game has a fucking vibe that I want in everything.
And that's kind of where I'm at. That's why I get so sucked into a lot of these indie games that come out, because I end up liking the look.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, that looks really cool. Because let's not forget, I mean, I play video games as an escape.
Yeah.
And playing a game that looks really realistic is still an escape, without a doubt. But sometimes I don't want to play something that just looks like the world around me.
Right.
You know?
Sometimes that can be cool because you have that moment, like, oh man, like in Grand Theft Auto, you have that moment of like, oh shit, that's Sunset. That's where the Tower Records used to be. That's that street.
Yeah.
That's Rodeo Drive. Like, that's the street. But it's not, you know?
Right.
And that's a cool thing. But when you get to escape from that and see something that's brand new, a game I want to bring up, I don't know, I don't think it's in here because I didn't add it and I don't think Rick did, but Outer Worlds. Holy shit. Outer Worlds looks so fucking good.
I just added something too, by the way.
That's
I do want to mention it.
That's from the people that did Fallout New Vegas. That's the Fallout.
Oh
New
yeah. Yep.
If that game can be a fault, like, so I always shit talk Bethesda RPGs, especially Fallout, because of the way they play. Mechanically, they're fucking the worst. The worst. But their worlds, their characters, the story, the mission structure, the side missions, everything about it sucks you in to the point where you forgive how bad it plays.
Mm-hmm.
If this game can manage to play decently and have the Fallout vibe in space, like, sign me the fuck up.
Did they give us a date on this one or no?
I don't remember. I'm sure we'll see. If they did, I'm
Yeah,
sure we'll see it. I think it's October, actually. I think it's October.
Okay.
It's just like Fallout in space, you're saying?
Yeah.
Was this during the Microsoft conference? It was.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes. Look how nice it looks, man. Like
I remember this trailer. Yeah.
This is the thing. Like, I know I do it every year. Like, the one thing
Anti-quiz.
that you saw at E3 that you want right now. If somebody could hand me a copy of this game right now, I would. Over Borderlands 3.
Wow.
See,
Over Cyberpunk.
I thought this kind of looked like Borderlands-ish.
Yeah.
And that's probably why we kind of like the aesthetic of it.
I would, over everything I saw, Luigi's Mansion, everything that we've gushed about so far, and everything I gushed about to you over Voxer, and you too, Rick, over Voxer or Discord or whatever, like, this is the one that if I could take it home now, I would take it now.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Because it looks like Fallout.
I was going to say, yeah, like, right there, that
it does
frame,
have that
that
yeah.
looks
like
like Fallout.
The original Fallout games, which were not third-person action games, but they also did Fallout New Vegas, which is
which a lot of people
so
liked,
fucking
right?
Good. It's the best Fallout game, period. It's the best Fallout
That
game.
was also the one Felicia Day was in, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this can play half as good as it looks, then it's gonna be fucking amazing. And I hope I know I won't be, But I hope I'm done with the main story of Borderlands 3 by the time this comes out.
You'll be done with it. It'll be done.
Yeah.
I don't know what the release. I don't remember what the date is of this, but yeah,
it just said 2019 there.
Yeah.
But I think I saw something that said October. But yeah, man, Outer Worlds. That's like the thing
looks
I
really
want
fun.
right now.
Give me art styles like that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, you know how cartoon food always looks so fucking delicious? It's just like, yeah, like, it's the same thing with art styles, you know? It's like, yeah, it's more fun. Like, I don't know.
Anything else?
See, I go, whatever.
No, go for it.
Well, no, whatever you had, it's gone now. But there is something, like, I was just going to put, yeah, whatever your finger's on, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, go back next to Zelda and chill. Like, I just like the way that I like the way that looks. I don't even think that's a game. It's just something for
it's just
yeah.
listening.
But right, totally. But just something about like I don't know. I'm into that sort of. It's the same reason why I liked a lot of the Space Quest games when I grew up because it had like this whole kind of cartoony world. Like I think the look of that looks really cool.
Like I really wanted to play We Happy Few based on the look.
Yeah,
Then I heard what kind of game it was, and I was like, I'll pass. I'll pass.
I got a game that I would take home right away and play, and I think you already know what it is. And that's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Have you heard any more? Like I've went out of my way, especially late last night and early this morning, listened to some people talk about what they saw.
This game?
This fucking game has a Dark Souls vibe to it.
Does it really?
Yeah. There's areas where you as a Jedi, you sit and meditate, and it repopulates the world with enemies so you can grind some more. Like, there's a fucking Dark Souls element to this awesome looking Star Wars adventure. Like, I was already all in, and then when I heard Brad Shoemaker, because he loves the Souls games, when he was talking about this and talked about that, I was like, no fucking way. Like, everything now is like, quote, games as a service, to where we don't have to do a lot of storytelling up front because we're going to keep adding shit to it that keeps people engaged. This is the opposite.
You know how much I'm tired of hearing that fucking
I
phrase?
hate it.
I'm so tired of hearing games.
But what else? What else do you call it though? Like that's
no,
the
I know,
problem,
but
you know?
I hate it. I just can't.
God, that's so cool.
Oh, look at that shit.
The way he fucking stabs him with a saber and then tosses it, just like in Masters of Terrakasi.
Yeah, and shut up!
Wow.
No, Rick.
I don't even know. I just feel like I got real dorky in here.
It's a terrible fucking video game. It's a Star Wars fighting game. Yeah. It's awful.
There's a move where he fucking throws the lightsaber like that.
Yeah. I really, really like this game. So this is the one you would...
This is the one I would take right now.
Like, you don't have to wait long, bro. You don't have to wait long. I think this is October. Oh! And it's the Titanfall. It's the Titanfall guys.
Over Pokemon and everything.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that big of a Pokemon guy.
You can hijack an AT-AT, I think, in this fucking game. Like...
I don't know if you watch it, not to get on this, but I feel like I had to pull the excitement out of him for the Pokemon stuff. Like, what's your deal, Rick?
Because it's just more Pokemon.
It's not. It's a new Pokemon.
But it's more Pokemon.
Oh, you sound just like the Uncharted people.
That's why I was saying it.
Yeah.
Like, and look,
that's 15.
That's November 15th. That's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm not knocking Pokemon for being more of the same.
And he is excited.
And as somebody who's never played a mainline Pokemon game, this might be the one I actually do jump into because it's
really cool.
Yeah. But dude, Jedi Fallen Order, dude, November, I'm in. Wow. Well, what was the game? Did you see a game that you like? If you could take it home now, you would.
I didn't think about that enough.
Was it Guigi?
No.
No.
I don't know.
You know what I think? I'm super happy.
Animal Crossing.
I put that in there. What?
Do you play Animal Crossing?
No, but I actually added that in there because I've always been intrigued.
Yeah.
And I probably will. Like, I want to hear more. But I almost got the one that was for, I think it was New Leaf, and I think that was for 3DS.
Yeah.
I was watching Dan from Dan's Gaming play that a lot, and it made me, like, it's another one of those things where I just like the way that it looks and the environment sucks me in. And there is a part of me that always kind of like, oh, yeah.
It's the OG farming simulator. It's Harvest Moon. It's Stardew Valley. It's, like, and that's not a knock. That's just saying that's the type of game you're getting.
Yeah. And so, like, this is absolutely on my radar. I want to hear more. I'm definitely intrigued.
I showed this, my sister...
I don't know where you stand on this.
I'm afraid if I get it, I'm going to get way too sucked into it and, lose all
because this is one of those games with no no beginning and no end.
But so you got to switch. You can pick it up whenever you want.
I know, but it's dangerous for me.
Well, do it.
But yeah, I showed my sister this. She's a big Animal Crossing fan. She's played a few of them, and I showed her this trailer, and she got really excited for this. So like, she wants to, like, I know it's not out yet, but she's been wanting to buy a Switch for a while now, but she's still waiting for that revamp or whatever they're doing. But
I don't think they've shown us the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But there's just something, I don't know, it's weird. There's something about just the way that it looks. Like, it's cute, but I feel like there's evil behind their eyes too at the same time.
Yeah, motherfucker, when turnip prices and bell prices drop and you can't get any money for the shit you've spent 50 hours farming, it's fucking dark, dude. It's dark.
Like this part right here. Like, when my sister saw that, she laughed.
Yeah.
Because apparently this guy's dick.
Yeah.
And likes to charge for everything.
Yep.
I think I read something, I don't know if it's him, but like the producer of the game said and talked about one of the characters that they got fired from their job, and that's why he's at I don't remember what it was, but I'm just like, man, I'm definitely curious about that game.
But yeah, so those games never really speak to me, but it looks cool as shit.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah. And maybe it won't speak to me either once it hands on, but I seriously, like, I almost got it for 3DS, I just never did.
Right. So you don't really know, like, what you would bring home if you could?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't pick.
So
I'm bad with that stuff.
Here's the cool thing I want to say about E3 this year. As down as people want to be on E3, the stuff I'm looking forward to the most are not sequels. It's not, with the exception of Cyberpunk, and I guess Outer Worlds is considered a big, gigantic game also, like a big publishing.
Cyberpunk is a sequel?
No. It's a huge fucking, like, AAA title, big game.
Oh, gotcha.
But, like, Daemon X Machina, fucking Astral Chain, Outer Worlds, the Link's Awakening, like, games like that are the things I came away most excited about. It wasn't, and it never usually is with me, but it's nice that it wasn't fucking Call of Duty or a Battlefield or...
Yeah.
We didn't see any of those, didn't we?
No.
Well, Call of Duty had its big blowout.
Yeah, before. Well, with their single player stuff, I guess they were showing multiplayer at E3.
Oh.
But yeah, like, I guess, like, the biggest thing big major title is that I'm excited for is Cyberpunk. And as they really didn't give me anything, but as much as I love Halo, that's not even the one I said give it to me now if you could, because...
Oh yeah, they're coming out on PC.
Halo?
The Master Chief
Collection. Master Chief Collection, yeah. They've been working on that for a while.
I'm excited because I want to buy it because I've never got to properly play the Halo games.
If you get Game Pass, you can get Master Chief Collection with that subscription.
I'm not going to get the Game Pass. I'd rather just buy it.
Okay. I mean, there's so many good fucking games you can play, though, for $10 a month.
Too many passes.
Or $15 a month if you... Yeah. Okay. That was the thing that I was, like, tired of hearing about, by the way, with streaming services. I always talk about it here when we talk about movies and TV, where, like, you know, people who are, you know, quote unquote cord cutters cut the cord because they don't want to spend a shitload of money on their cable bill, but then they have Hulu and Netflix and Amazon and HBO and
dude, it's ridiculous. Like,
Disney now, and like now we're at a point where it's Stadia and xCloud and Ubisoft, and
I think I said this last, or maybe I said this to Rick off the air. I don't remember, but it's getting to the point where, like, it's even something like YouTube, their TV. I'm not singling them out, but I was looking at one of them, and it's like, if you wanted to get everything that you wanted to get, honestly, it was like $80 a month. I'm like, how is that fucking different? From it's not different. It's just it's almost like their new
TV.
There's packages that you could get where you have everything. I don't know that it's YouTube. It's one of them.
I think YouTube is like $50 right now.
There's one of them where if you get literally everything, I don't remember if it was Sling. I don't remember if it was PlayStation View, but it's beside the point. Even $50 is insane. Like it was $80 a month, not a year, a month. Like that's not different from cable.
Yeah, and then like when these services like first started, they go back to 2005, 6, 7, 8 and stuff. And, like, I had Netflix. That was $8 a month. I had Sirius satellite radio, which was $11 a month back then. And then I had a GameFly subscription,
So that's
which
the starting
was
price, though, right?
$13 a month.
Yeah.
And so I was getting all of my entertainment needs met for under $50.
Right.
Now, I've got Netflix and I've got Amazon Prime, and I know there's other benefits other than just their shit, their streaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to get Hulu if I want to watch some things, but I don't have Hulu. Like right now, I have WWE Network, I have Netflix, and I have Amazon Prime, and those are the 3 services that I have, and that's kind of it. I don't want to have to spend $10 more. Like, I don't want to have to spend $15 a month for a Ubisoft thing, and then have to pay again for another $10 for Stadia Pro so I can access my Ubisoft stuff also. Like, that's a bit much, guys. That's a bit much. I think the only one that makes sense is Microsoft's $15 a month, because it comes with Xbox Live Gold, Game Pass for the Xbox One, and Game Pass on the PC for $15 a month.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. That pricing.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
But
So I don't know. It's interesting.
I'm excited about...
Are you trying to prove me wrong or something? Like,
No, I'm just looking.
I saw something. I don't know what it is. Like, you have to remember, they're going to show you these prices on the thing.
Starting
but then it's like if you
it all adds up.
If you add but you also want the sports channel and you also want to have the DVR stuff, then next thing you know, it bumps up. Like there was one of them, I don't know, like, so people don't at me. You can anyways. But I don't know if it was YouTube or PlayStation or whatever. I'm not singling out a thing. I just know that I recently looked into it and I saw that you could spend upwards of $80 a month.
No,
when it's all said and done.
I'm not doubting you. I was just trying to find out which one it is.
I
know one of them
is. There's
like
definitely
$80.
one that's like that. It might have been Sling. I don't know.
Maybe.
Is there anything else video game wise that like really caught your guys' attention or disappointed you, or like something you didn't expect? Because this was definitely an E3 where there were not a lot.
I don't think anyone expected Breath of the Wild 2.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there it is.
Yeah. So you and I have kind of talked about this.
Yeah.
I've talked about how much I enjoyed my time with Breath of the Wild, but I think it's a bad Zelda game. But it's a really good action-adventure RPG. It's a fucking amazing action-adventure RPG, but it's a bad Zelda game.
We differ on that opinion.
Yeah, I know. But I hope they get back to more... Like, I don't necessarily need them to go super linear again or anything like that, but give me more of
God, that looks so awesome.
what I like about Zelda. I said to you, like I've said this to you, the most fun I had was doing the Divine Beasts because it felt the most like Zelda, but I totally agree with you that those are completely inadequate replacements for dungeons.
That's what I want.
Completely inadequate. I don't need more shrines. I need less shrines. I liked the shrines, but the fact that there was 3 or 4 different types of shrines all over, and then there's hundreds of those things, like, it really...
I like the shrines.
It was nice to break up the traversal of the world, but at the same time, I definitely got bored of the physics puzzles. I got bored of the battle stuff. Like, it was just too much of that stuff.
I mean, that stuff to me, it felt like Zelda, but it didn't, because that felt like puzzles that you would do inside a really big dungeon. But I'm super hyped for this, because there's a lot of things that have been said since this trailer that it's just like, Aonuma, or he says name, Aonuma.
It's close enough, I think.
I think that's how you say it. It said that it's going to be dark.
Yeah.
And I think he even said it's probably a little bit darker than Majora's Mask. Like, he actually referenced Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Which is something you and I were like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I think it's going to come out sooner rather than later. I don't know when. And I'm saying, I know, I don't think you fully agree with me on that, but I'm saying that because I think this is going to be their Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Oh, no, I'm with
moment.
you. I don't think it's going to be forever from
now.
I don't think it's going to be like... I think earliest is next fall, but I don't think they'll do next fall because of the new consoles launching. And not that Zelda will get lost, because Zelda, if anything can withstand new consoles launching, it's a fucking Zelda game.
Well, especially this game.
Yes.
You know, with how much people love Breath of the Wild. But
so maybe I would say summer would be the earliest I think we would get it.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's going to come then. And I don't even know that I want it then.
Right.
I want it to be good and done and ready.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it's going to be, you know, like, it's interesting because like it's the next Zelda. I mean, it is the next Zelda. You can't say that it's not, but it's like it's literally a direct sequel, which doesn't happen that often. And I'm sure there'll be
good because what was my main complaint at the end of the game when after I beat Ganon? I told you.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to areas I had been to and see them now that the life was back in the world.
Yeah.
And I hope that before it gets dark again, I hope I get to see the fruits of my labor from Breath of the Wild.
There's a lot of theories and stuff going on. Like I'm excited for the darkness of it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see if they do something that's more like that. Because man, I would love to play a dungeon in that Breath of the Wild style of game and like a legit Zelda dungeon. I'd be all about it.
I hope. I don't necessarily think I want it to be the same map. You know what I mean? Like,
and I feel like. I almost feel like it can't be. I feel like it's going to, but I feel like there's going to be so many differences. Some people have even theorized that the fact that the castle lifts up is implying that it's going to go somewhere. You're going to go somewhere else entirely, but who knows?
Yeah,
we'll see. But I mean, it's a full blown game. It's not download content.
Yeah. So
I'm definitely excited.
Here's what I want. Not necessarily out of Breath of the Wild, but out of Zelda. Here's what I want. I want them to do with Ocarina of Time what Square is doing with Final Fantasy VII. I want a full-on, from the ground up, fucking remake of Ocarina of Time. Final Fantasy VII, guys. Did you ever play it, Rick?
I've never played any of them.
No, Bryce. No.
I never played 7. I've played I played the Final Fantasy games a little bit with my brother, the ones that were on Nintendo.
Okay.
The trailer that I watched on the show with James.
Yeah.
I think it was 7.
Yes, it's the remake for 7.
Yeah, like that looked interesting to me.
Did you see the one out of E3?
I don't think I did.
So
it's
you can put it up. It's man, I have never been able to get into Final Fantasy games. I've watched Ben play a lot of them and I really liked the stories. Hyped? He hasn't responded to me about it.
So it's not just me.
Asshole.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
It's not just you. I am not a fan of turn-based combat. Never have been. Mm-hmm. Also, not a fan of walls of fucking text when I play video games. Especially when it's walls of text that are supposed to be giving me the story of the game. Not that it can't be done properly or well.
There's good ways to do it, but I hate when you're picking up notes and stuff. I'm like, you don't have to read it, but like I feel like I'm missing something if I don't.
And there's games I love that are guilty of it. Last of Us is fucking guilty as shit of it.
It definitely is, but it's interesting. I don't know. How much do you need me for this segment?
We gotta go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go. This is a trailer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is
that's pretty big.
the most interested or not most interested, because I'm always interested in Final Fantasy games, but inherently I'm like, it's not for me. I'm not a fan of the combat. But I do have some reverence for Final Fantasy VII because I watched Ben play through that like 2 or 3 times.
Right.
I've watched him play all the way through it. And
Sword is
this
huge.
looks so fucking cool. And I think because of like the active battle system and the voice acted stuff and just the look of it in general, I think I might finally play through Final Fantasy VII 20 years later, but in this remake. I actually almost bought it on Switch recently because they put out Final Fantasy VII on Switch. And I almost bought it because I was like, I really should play through this.
But not this one.
No.
Right.
No, this isn't even close to coming out yet. It says, I think they say this year, but it's not going to fucking be this year. I want to play this game. I definitely want to play this game.
Yeah, I do too. When I was talking with James about it on the show, like, he's played it. I think he's played a few of them, if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh.
And I know 7's the one that everyone raves about.
7, it's the most mainstream one. It's the one that the most people have played.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. And there are people that will tell you it's the best, but then there are the gatekeeping assholes that'll tell you that 8 and 9 are better than 7, or 6 is better than 7, or it was cooler before you knew about it. Like, there's those people definitely.
Right.
But
this looks awesome.
This is the one that got the most mainstream traction with people on the PlayStation 1. But yeah, man, it looks really cool.
So cool.
It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, because I'm not really like an Japanese anime type of person, other than like Pokemon. And like, what's that other one? I don't know. Let's watch some other one.
Yeah. I love stuff like that though, but it's always hard to get into.
Yes, because I feel like there's a shitload of it that I don't even know where to start.
Right.
So like, I don't try to start. But as far as this game looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily full turn-based combat, is it?
No, it's active. It's called active time battle. So
okay.
You have a,
which is why it intrigues me too.
Yeah, you see the blue bar that's dissipating as they move.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Can you guys see this shit right now?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, my armpits feel fucking drenched.
They've been
and then
wet
I look
for
in the
a
mirror
while.
and I'm just like, what the fuck? Also, sorry, not to interrupt the whole show, but I damn near ate a wasp walking out the goddamn door.
You ate a wasp?
I almost did. It was like 2 inches from my face. Like, that's a big fucking wasp. I'm like, well, I'm going inside the house now. Anyways, yeah.
So it's active time battle. So you have a bar that depletes as you move and make actions, but then you have attacks that refill your bar so you can do more. It's definitely a super intricate system. It's built on a system that's been around for a long time that they've kind of built up. So it feels more like a real-time combat scenario and not like a strategy game. But yeah, I really want to play that game. I was saying that I've almost bought 7 on Switch several times because it's it's the original version of it. But again, I don't want to have to read everything. I like voice acting. I'm one of the monsters that thinks Legend of Zelda should have voice acting, even if they don't voice Link. It should be. I know there was some in Breath of the Wild, but I feel like
you can't give Link a voice.
More. You don't have to. Fine,
Yeah.
I get that.
No, I'm with you on that. Don't give Link a voice, but I'd like for there to be more voice acting.
Full voice acting minus Link.
At the same time, this isn't even a Zelda thing. There are some games though where I like telling the story about it in my head.
Right.
And it is kind of cool to read stuff.
Yeah.
But I hear you. What?
I'm on the bandwagon too as far as no voices
for Link.
Link.
None at all, or just for Link?
No, none at all.
Oh, okay.
Like I think what they did in Breath of the Wild was fun, like the grunts and whatnot.
He's saying the same thing that I'm saying though.
Link doesn't just like not a proper.
Yeah, Link doesn't need to talk because it's just it'd be so weird to give him a voice all of a sudden.
And again, as much as I enjoyed rebuilding that town and getting what I wanted out of the dialogue, it would have been nice for that to be voice acted.
I get it.
We're telling them not to give someone a voice.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, I think everyone
it's about time a straight white male doesn't have a voice, okay? Just saying.
It's technically an elf, isn't he?
I said straight white male. I didn't say human.
But like everyone around him have a voice. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I want that.
But yeah, this is like I said while you were gone, I've always been intrigued by Final Fantasy games, but I can never really get into the combat stuff.
This combat for this game seems more tangible for me.
For sure.
I mean, I apparently don't know jack shit about Final Fantasy VII because when I was watching this, I'm like, this is a Final Fantasy game? Like, I didn't understand the whole futuristic sort of whatever was going on in it. Because the ones I played definitely were in more of what I imagined being a fantasy movie.
Yeah, that's why 7 was so, like, why it hit mainstream so well. Like, I was saying again while you were gone, like, it's regarded by a lot of people as the best. But if, like, honestly, it's literally just the most mainstream of the games. It's the one that the most people played. Mm-hmm. And I said because there are those asshole gatekeepers that'll be like, no, 6 was better because you didn't know about it. Or 8 is better because it's not 7. Or 9 is better because it looked nicer.
Yeah.
But 7 is definitely a seminal game. People love Final Fantasy 7. And I've always wanted to play it. And like I said, I've watched Ben play through it several times. And I really like the aesthetic and the story and everything. And I want to experience it for myself. And this is probably the way I'm going to do it, is through this remake. I just don't know how they're going to go about like release. Because they just said like this is part 1.
I know, it's so weird. Yeah. They're releasing it in parts.
And part 1 is 2 Blu-ray discs worth of fucking content.
Why? Like, why is it being done like that?
7 was a 2-disc game on PS1, and they've gone again.
Yeah,
they
were
from the ground up, have rebuilt everything. So
I mean, is it just a way where to make people not wait as long? You think it has more to do with that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I hope it's one of those things where like, here's the game. You've bought the game. You've spent the $60 or $70 or because you're crazy, you're gonna buy that $140 one with the motorcycle and cloud, and you're gonna buy that.
Ben's gonna buy that.
Yeah, so it's cheesy. I guarantee it. But
Wolf is all about it.
I hope it's a case where you buy the game, and then when the rest is finished, they roll it into the game you own already. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
But that's, in a perfect world, that's what they would do.
What's the phrase I'm looking for? Like Walking Dead. What game did you just play?
Life is Strange.
Episodic.
Life is Strange. Episodic.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And that's what reminds me of episodic, even though I know it's not.
I like episodic games.
I don't like it.
I think because I'm more of a casual gamer, that's why I like episodic.
But I mean, it's just like I can understand. I can see some benefits of it because when I was playing, like the newest Monkey Island came out from Telltale, and it was episodic, and there was things that they got feedback from people and they changed for the next thing, and I think that is kind of cool. But at the same time, it's just like the whole time I'm playing, I'm like, this is going to be over soon. This is going to be over soon. This is going to be over soon.
Well, this is a massive fucking thing.
Well, yeah, this will be different.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Broken Wolf says Part 2 is planned to be an open world action adventure game, and they're waiting for the next gen console to give us that. Part 1 is going to be a linear game, straightforward. You can only go where they want you to go for the story. Yeah. But it's still all the same game, right? It's still Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, but it's going to be like, so Final Fantasy VII is a huge fucking
I think they just have more opportunity.
It's so a lot of people complained about Final Fantasy 13. I think it's 13. That's the one with lightning, right? Yeah. Final Fantasy 13 because people said, "Oh, it doesn't get good until 30 hours in," because that's when it stops being a linear game and opens up where you're on your whole linear hub world and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to fix that stigma, saying, "Okay, here's the part where you're getting all the story, like Wolf said. Here's the part where you're getting all the story, and you're gonna grind forward and move forward and get to the part where when it finally opens up, that's the second game." Instead of having it be 300 hours of Final Fantasy 13 and people saying like the first 80 hours are a slog to get through, but once you do and it opens up, which I think is completely wrong. I know people that loved that opening to Final Fantasy 13, even though it was long and even though you were still getting new abilities and learning new things 80 hours into the fucking game. And I think that's what they're trying to get bypass.
Yeah, he said same game, just updated combat and graphics. They essentially made a brand new game, or two brand new games, but with the same story from the original game.
Yeah. All right. Because they did Final Fantasy 13-2 and Final Fantasy 13-3, which are weird. Because they did 10 and 10-2, but they did 3 fucking Final Fantasy 13 games. And 15 was supposed to be a 13 game.
It's too convoluted.
Yeah.
Convoluted. It's so convoluted for me, it's fucking convoluted.
Yeah.
But
I think that's another reason why it pushed me out of the game, playing that, because there were so many different ones. People told me to play so many different ones.
Yeah.
You don't need to play this, play that. I was like, fuck that game. Exactly, goat. Exactly.
We're going to talk about Avengers.
Then let's just talk about that real quick.
Yeah, that trailer. Like,
that's right, I forgot.
Man, that trailer. Didn't that trailer look fucking dope? Holy shit. Everything they showed about Avengers at Square Enix on the press conference looked so fucking rad. And then I started hearing people talk about what they saw. And whoa, dude. It does not look good for a game that's going to be launching in under a year.
What do you mean not look good?
So coming out of this, I said to Bryce...
Eidos, weren't they out of business? Eidos? Weren't they out of business?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's not Thor. That's not my Thor. Hashtag not my Thor.
That's the other thing. I'm like, shut up, everybody. Like,
I saw this meme.
No, but I'm being serious.
I saw this meme where it was that Spaceballs part where it's like, let's get the actors. Like, these aren't the actors. These are their stunt doubles.
Yeah. So, coming out of the Square Enix press conference, I said to Bryce, now I understand why it's taken so long. They're making 2 games, essentially. They're making the game for you to play... what they kind of showed here, and then they're making their online games as a service game, which I was like, I'm all in for that. That's fucking rad. Do that, because they talked about adding Avengers and adding new places to go to and new stories and new villains and all this stuff. And I was like, cool, as long as my core game is still fun. And then what people were talking about that they saw behind closed doors or whatever, like, was like the quote games as a service stuff, and like that's the game. And they said like it did not look good, and it was hands off, but it didn't look like it felt good. It's so weird to come off of something so fucking hyped for it, and then hearing people talk about what they saw who were also hyped about it, and then are like, they've got problems they need to fix, and might not be long enough to fix.
I mean, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Link's Awakening. I would like to think that, considering how important this property is right now in our world, that they hopefully won't fuck it up.
Right.
And there must be a lot of pressure on them to not fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will be disappointed if this comes out and it's this subpar bullshit.
Like, the thing that they were saying coming out of it is, like, it felt like Anthem. Like, it felt empty from what they saw, and it did not look like it handled well. And it was just weird to see, like, within the span of a couple hours, some, like, the Giant Bomb guys who were, like, real excited about this when they were... Because they were thinking the same thing, like, oh, no wonder, they're making 2 fucking games. That's rad. They're going to put it all together. It's going to be awesome. And then coming back for the E3 show at night, and they're like, it looks fucking rough.
Yeah.
So, hopefully...
We'll have to find out.
I don't know what you got to talk about. This looks awesome to me.
He's not talking about the trailer. He thinks the trailer looks good. He's saying that people that actually got to watch a demo of it being played, not this, that it didn't look that great. That there's things about the game looks like it needs a lot of work.
Yeah. So I hope it gets fixed by May. I hope it doesn't have the same problems as an Anthem or as Destiny when it first launched, or the First Division when it first launched, because it definitely seems that's the vibe they're going for the online stuff, which I think is cool. Like, yeah, I want to hang out with you playing not Thor, and, you know, me playing Hulk or whatever, or Rick playing Black Widow or whatever. Like, that would be super fun. Like,
Captain America?
I love him. He's the worst. He's as bad as Superman.
Superman's worse.
Yes, he is, but he's almost as bad. Like, I the idea of playing as the Avengers with my friends is super cool. That would
be a lot of fun. Yeah.
But I hope it gets fixed, man, because just, again, I didn't see this stuff. I'm just going off what, and again, it's when because Giant Bomb is my gaming site of choice. Those are the dudes I watch. Yes, I enjoy the Kind of Funny Games Daily stuff. Yes, I enjoy other stuff. But the thing I make sure I go out of my way to watch first is all the Giant Bomb coverage. And then when I heard them talking about how rough it looked, I immediately paused the video I was watching and went and started looking for what other people were saying about it. And it's like across the board. People are like, yo, this looks fucking rough. So we've got 11 months until it comes out. So that means we've got probably 9 months until they've got to put it in for certification and all that. So hopefully they fix it.
Yeah, I thought people were just complaining about how they look like.
That was another thing, which I think is, I understand what you're saying about not your Thor, all that.
I mean, it's a
hard. Joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. It is kind of, I think it is tough though, because
you can't.
This is, I know you can't, but I almost feel like that they should have paid the money to do that. Because I mean, everybody on the planet now associates those people, the look of those people.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex, I guess except for comic people who are used to the way they look in the comics, but.
And how they vary from story to story.
That's kind of how I take it. You got different artists drawing these characters, you know. So like with the video game, it feels the same way. Like I'm not gonna expect it to look like.
What?
I mean, it would be cool, but at the same time, I'm not gonna expect that.
So here's like, I agree with you, and like I kind of, but like when I'm playing Spider-Man, and I really feel like
they did a really good fucking job on Spider-Man though.
But I really feel like they went out of their way to make Osborn look like Willem Dafoe. He does. Yeah. Come on. And
then Peter Parker looks like a mesh of all of them.
He looks like Tom Holland. He looks more like Tom Holland than any other Spider-Man we've had. He does.
In the game?
Yeah, his hair is different, but if you look at his facial features...
He has the Andrew Garfield hair.
Yeah, but he's got Tom Holland's face almost.
I think a mix of Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Whose pubes does he have? I'm sorry.
We're
talking about...
We're talking about because there is none.
Oh, shit.
I'd probably just kill Wolf's ears again.
Maybe. You probably just turned everyone... My comment probably just turned everyone off from the whole podcast,
Yeah.
but... I don't know. It's like, what toes does he have?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I
Toby.
I hope they fix it. I hope they fix whatever might be wrong with it.
Dad joke deluxe.
Yeah, it was. That was pretty good.
Toby.
Though. I liked it.
Oh, that was a joke.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
I was just thinking Toby Maguire.
I honestly thought you said it because his name Toby and Toes. Okay.
I think Iron Man looks cool. And like I said to you,
He looks like the Iron Man from the cartoon.
Yeah, the voice
I
actors
don't know if you watched the
alone. You get Troy Baker, you get Nolan North, and you get Laura Bailey. You get those three people together, and I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking
them?
yeah. Laura Bailey is Black Widow.
What has she done?
Nolan North. She's also part of Uncharted, I think.
Is she?
Yeah, but she's. If I like, I'd have to look it up. But if I showed you, you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Bruce Banner, Hulk, whatever, is Troy Baker, and Nolan North is Iron Man.
I can hear that.
Nolan North is Iron Man.
Yeah.
With Tony Stark.
Yeah. That's the other thing, too. I mean, you'd like to think with them having that cast that they're going to make sure not to fuck this up.
Yes.
So hopefully whatever people are seeing gets fixed.
I hope so, too.
Broken Wolf is... I'm so excited for Avengers. Thor's combat is being compared to Kratos from the last game.
They better fucking be.
Yeah.
Because if it's not half... If it's even half as good as the combat in God of War, they've completely fucking failed. Because God of War, like, immediately, you feel like, man, was this a Thor game?
Yeah.
Because it is... everything. Everything from the way you call the axe back.
Yeah.
It better be as good as God of War.
Iron Man is being compared to Anthem. Captain America is being compared to Batman, but without the cape.
Yeah.
It's hot in here, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely hot.
Yeah.
Is that a show?
Sure.
To sum up Avengers, I'm still excited about it. But
me too.
Man, am I more like, please get it right.
I don't know where my excitement
I just want a good story.
I don't even care about the story, or like I know that's a big thing for people is the story or the characterizations of these of the Avengers and stuff like that. That's not what I'm gonna go to it for. I'm gonna go to it for the gameplay and for the implementation of the story, not necessarily what the story is. So as long as that stuff's cool, man, and ends up okay, like fucking sign me the fuck up still.
Yeah.
But man.
Wolf says they literally hired the guy that worked on God of War.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know where I stand with that.
Yeah.
I'm weird, like with things. Like I
That's my line.
enjoyed the movies. And I think they're fun. But it's the same thing. You guys keep telling me to get Spider-Man, and for some reason, like I don't know. Like I don't know.
I'll let you borrow it. Would you play it?
Spider-Man.
I don't know.
Feels so.
Maybe at
I'd
some.
let you borrow it.
Maybe at some point. But right now, I want to play.
$25 for the complete edition.
I want to play Sekiro.
So.
Finish that.
Digitally, 25.
I think it's 25. Yeah, it might be 30. I bought the DLC for $15 or $16 or whatever because I had the game.
Can I gift games? Can I gift that game to Bryce for his birthday?
I don't know.
You want to give me something for my birthday
That he's
that I
not
don't even
gonna
know
play?
that I want to play yet?
Well, if I give you
He won't.
gift,
You
you
will
better,
play it.
you better fucking play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Wolf,
Okay.
I hope we satisfied your Avengers talk. I think, like the trailer, I was really excited about it.
It looks great.
Hearing the impressions of what people saw made me less excited about it. But we've got 11 months.
Yeah.
We've got 11 months.
Yeah.
All right, Bryce.
If you guys didn't believe it's hot in here, just boom, there you go. It's
I'm
fucking
sure.
hot.
Hot
Your
prediction.
shirt, yeah.
Just like my $60 Witcher thing, hot prediction, this doesn't come out in May.
And it totally mentioned
This does not come
Wouldn't
out in
surprise
May.
me. Yeah. Rick's apparently enjoying my style right now.
Woo!
So, anyways, that was a show, huh?
I was like, I wish I had style.
I don't know that I do, but anyways, I don't know why I hit the table. Thank you for joining us, episode 319. If you joined us in the chat, Broken Wolf was here the whole time. Thanks,
Yep.
Cheesy, for stopping by.
Oh yeah, it's Wolf's birthday on Monday.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Happy
cool.
birthday, dude!
So go happy birthday on Monday. Go wish him happy birthday on Monday.
He gifted a sub?
I gifted him a sub.
You
Yeah.
gifted
nice.
Okay, cool. Well, Wolf, happy birthday in a couple days. But yeah, did anyone else besides Cheesy and Wolf stop by?
I don't know. Maybe.
If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining us live. If you want to catch us live, follow us on social media at Some Shit We Like. If you miss us live, we will put up the full audio of the show on Tuesday on someshitwelike.com and podcast services everywhere. If audio isn't your thing, we will put up clips of the show throughout the week leading up to the full show on Friday. And
I kind of feel like we shouldn't shout out anybody that's not here at the end of the show. Just saying.
Oh.
Man, he was such a good run. And,
That's good.
Yeah.
until next time.
That was Some Shit We Like.